Hey guys! Today I wanted to talk about power hour. So I really hate this word or even this phrase, but it's something that's realistic and it's true and it's something that we need to do. And, I feel like it's something that's super, super important in our business. And a lot of times our power hour can turn into like power 4 hour. And I wanted to give you some basic guidelines that you could follow and some examples of things that you can do and ways in which you can really help yourself stay focused and really get that power hour done in just 1 hour, not four, just one. So, really, with our consistency, and the reason that we're doing power hour is to generate new business and to really be connecting with people. We need to be connecting with people to be growing our businesses. And, that means reaching out and doing these specific activities every single day. Depending on your rank and how you work your business, your power hour is going to shift a little bit as you grow, from doing your daily business growing activities and your business maintenance activities. So, right now, if you are a brand new coach and you're watching this and you're learning about how to do a power hour, 100% of your time should be spent on connecting and building relationships and growing your business. So recruiting and sales and all of that. That is what 100% of your time should be spent on. So if you are starting to build a team and you're still new at that, you're an emerald coach or even a ruby or a diamond, you really shouldn't be spending more than 10 to 20% of your time on, maintaining your team and worrying about what they're doing. You still need to be recruiting and doing those business activities every single day. I've learned, even as a 5-star and above coach and an elite coach, that if I don't do those activities, no matter what my rank is, my business isn't going to grow. So I've learned that you really need to have that one focused hour in your business every single day before you do anything else, before you make videos, before you worry about websites and, groups and news feeds and all of that stuff. You really need to focus in and limit the distractions and really get these basic activities done first every single day. It's about being consistent. I'm not saying if you do it for a couple of days that all of a sudden your business is going to take off, but it means consistency over time every single day as long as you're a coach and your business is going to grow. So let's talk about these things that you can do. First off, before you start your power hour, have a list. Know exactly what it is that you need to do that day and who you're going to connect with and why and for what reasons, things like that. And we're going to talk about the specific activities that you're going to do with that list. But make sure you have a list of the things that you need to do first before you start. 2, turn off your notifications. Turn them off. Get rid of them. You don't need them. Put your phone on airplane mode or put, the little chat button on the bottom of Facebook. Turn off chat. That blinking red light that's notifications that's saying, check me, check me, check me. Don't check it. Leave it alone. Don't worry about it. You don't need to deal with that right now, because if you're diving into that, then you know that you need to go through everybody's notifications. And if you have like 100 or something, mine's like a star because I never check it. If you keep checking it, you have to get through everybody. And that takes time. Before you know it, you spend an hour just making sure that you didn't miss anything or anybody. So no notifications, no newsfeed. Don't mindlessly scroll. You can do that later when you're watching TV or when you're sitting outside watching your kids play, or, just when you have personal downtime for you. This is your focused business building hour. So you really need to focus on your business activities. And doing those things is really going to help limit those distractions. Turn on some good music or something and really get yourself in the mode to get this done. Just hammer it out. So the first thing that you need to do every day is obviously being proof that the product works. So make sure you drink your shake and you did your workout, whatever that may be, or you followed the plan for the reset or the refresh, whatever your proof of the product activity is for the day. Make sure you got that done. But you don't need to be doing that during your business building activity, your focused hour. but just make sure you get that done. Your personal development as well, that also needs to get done. But your first actual business focused activity should be connecting with new people. You should be connecting with at least 2 to 3 people every single day. That means reaching out to new people at, your child's school, or new people that are in your neighborhood or at the grocery store. Or honestly, I build my business probably 90% on social media. So it's really easy to just find 2 new people on social media that you connect with. If you're not sure, we have a couple of great videos on how to do this. We have our social media bubbles video, and then we have connecting and reconnecting and growing your network. We have all of these videos that will help you learn ways to do this. But for right now, you need to be connecting with 2 new people every single day. Minimum 2 is actually like the very minimum. If you really are an all-in coach and you are a go-getter, then you want to be doing 5 to 7 to 10 people every single day. You want to be creating and building relationships with those people, 7 to 10 every day. And I guarantee you, your business is going to grow bigger and better and faster. The more you do, the better. The power is in the numbers. So bigger and better, faster business means reaching out to more people, recruiting more people, getting more people on board with challenge groups. So it starts with building those relationships. Number 2 is going to be making sure that you return all of your business related messages. So go through your email inbox and check your messages. Don't worry about things that have to do with like a play date or a birthday party or weekend activity or anything like that. Really focus on only those messages that you see that are related to your business. There is a way, if you check one that you want to come back to later that isn't business related, you can just simply swipe over if you're on your phone, or you can click the settings button at the top and drop it down and click mark as unread. You can come back to it later so that you don't forget about it. I do this all the time, and it's a great way to make sure, I want to make sure that what somebody's asking isn't important. But if it's not business related and it's not something that fits into my dedicated 15 minutes that I have set aside from my power hour for my business, then I just mark it as unread and I come back to it later. I have a rule that no message goes left for more than 24 hours. So it's okay that I feel like a lot of times some of our distractions we start getting into a message pattern with somebody. And, let's say you message someone and in the middle of finishing up your messages, that person messages you back. You don't have to answer them right away. Just make sure that you've answered them within 24 hours. If they're talking to you about how to order a challenge pack or, how to do something like that, then don't leave them hanging. Make sure that you answer those questions because they may be ready and you want to make sure that they get that done. But you don't have to do your full-on form right there in your 1 hour of, your power hour. So just, business messages only, and within 24 hours, make sure that they're all returned. You want to make sure that you have your 2 shares per day. So that means that you are talking to somebody that you relate with every single day. Maybe it's 2 different people than the people that you connected with earlier. It's talking to somebody who just had a baby, and maybe you're somebody who just had one too, or you are just getting to the tail end of your results after having a baby. Talk to them about how you relate to them and what it is that you may possibly have to offer for them that's going to help them. Make it always about them and what you have to offer them, not what you're good at or not what you can do, but what you have to offer and how it's going to help them. Those are your 2 shares per day. You can reach out to people on social media. You can do it in person, however you want to do. Also make sure that you're sharing 2 things per day on your social media accounts. So you can plan out your posts for the next day, or you can plan out a post for later that evening. It can be something about a challenge group. It can be anything really about your business, but you want to make sure that you're sharing 2 things per day, whether, your workout, anything, just 2 business shares a day. Go back to your social media when it comes to 80-20. You don't want to be posting about business 24/7. You always want to make sure that you're sharing your life with people and that people get to know you, and that 80% of what you are posting is personal and, just unique to you. The next thing is going to be you always following up. You always, always, always need to do your follow-ups. It comes down to being organized in your business. And, it's up to you whether you like to be organized on technology or if you are like me and you're a pen and paper girl. When it comes to my calendar and my schedule, I am technology all the way. But when it comes to tracking my customers and my coaches and things like that, I'm pen and paper. I can't get away from it. I don't know why. I just can't. I've tried. I've downloaded all kinds of different, Evernote and all those things, and none of them really worked for me. So I have a little notebook, and every single month I write down my list of names of people that I've talked to, and I write down little notes beside it for who I talked to, when I talked to them, where I talked to them, and why. Like, what was it about? Like, just a little something, so-and-so had a baby, or so-and-so is waiting for a tax return, or so-and-so is waiting till they graduate from school, or they're getting ready to move. I met that person on Facebook. Just always update where you left off with that person. So that way you can go back through your Facebook messages or your emails or, your DMs on Instagram, and you can just kind of, look at somebody and say, oh, well, I haven't talked to that person in a while. Shoot them a quick little follow-up message. You can follow up with people in different ways. It could be somebody that you haven't talked to in, a month or two that you just want to check in with and do your, hey girl, just, hey, how are you doing? It's been a while. I was just thinking about you. And I was thinking that maybe now might be a great time for you to join this challenge group that I'm doing. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a bunch of ladies doing it with us. And I really think that, it would be a lot of fun for us. So if you'd like to join me, just let me know. Otherwise, let me know how you're doing. I just wanted to catch up. You can send somebody a message who maybe you were talking to a couple of days ago that said they were going to order a challenge pack or sign up to be a coach. You haven't heard from them yet. So you just want to check in with them and, quickly see if they had any other questions for you. You can ask them, hey, I just wanted to check in and see how things were going. Wanted to see if I could answer any other questions for you or if there's anything I can do to help. That's it. Simple, easy. Just let them know that you're thinking about them, that you didn't just shoot them a link for something and then forgot about them. So a lot of times, I can't tell you how many times it's happened where somebody's going to be like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I got busy with X, Y, and Z and I just didn't have time to do it. Thanks for reminding me. I will do it right now, or I'll do it as soon as I get home. Sometimes people won't answer you. That's okay. But a lot of times you'll get a message back from those people that you followed up with, like that said no to you months ago, but you just checked in with them and they're like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Like now would be an awesome time. I have this trip coming up. Or I have to be in a bikini for something, or I have a wedding, or whatever that they want to look great for, they want to feel great for, and now is the perfect time for them. So you never know, and you would have never known if you hadn't followed up with them, and it would have never even really crossed their mind if you hadn't have followed up with them. So just always be trying to go back through, look at people, keep a running list and a tracked list of who you've talked to and when, whether they said yes or no. Just always have a list so that you can go back through. I recommend writing it down because sometimes Facebook gets a little silly and you can't go farther back in your messages. So, if you separate it out by months, that's what I've done is, I have 2 or 3 pages in my notebook where I just leave it open for solely, January leads is what I call it, or right now, February leads. And I just write those notes and I make sure that, every little bit I go back, I connect with people that I connected with in January, I connect with people I connected with in December or February. And I just always try to keep those relationships going. Not always about business, but just keep them going and keep following up. Another thing that's really great with tracking that is part of your power hour is making sure that you do that, not just for follow-ups, but for other things too. So you can, I have whiteboards that I use where I will write down the number of successful points that I have. I'll write down like my core 5 coaches that I'm really focusing on, as well as my 5 new coaches or however many new coaches I signed up within the last 30 to 60 days. And I really want to make sure that I'm working with those coaches specifically to make sure that they're getting the support that they need and the training that they need, and just kind of following up with them, seeing where they are, how many successful points they have, where are they in their trainings, what challenge groups they have running, and just be connecting with them. I have all their names on the list. It's really easy and visual and a reminder for me to be checking in with those people. The next thing is inviting. You really need to make sure that you are inviting, 2 people a day to join your next challenge group. It's all kind of weaved in and it all seems the same, but it's really not. You have to make sure that you are doing specific invites and just inviting somebody to try Shakeology, to join a free group, to join your What Is Coaching group, your, become a new coach. You really should be doing 2 people a day. Rockstar all-in coaches, go-getter coaches, you should be inviting 10 people to this business per week. Not just 2 invites to coaching per week, but 10. It's all in the numbers. The more people you ask, the more chances you have of people saying yes. If you invite 10 people, don't get discouraged if only one person says maybe. It's all about how you ask. So let me put it this way. Maybe you have 10 people that you invited, and out of those 10 people, maybe only 6 people even saw that the message was in their mailbox. Only 4 of those people actually opened it. Maybe 2 people decided to email you back and both of them said no. But maybe one of them is thinking about it. Maybe all of them are thinking about it. I'm a perfect example. I got messages all the time. I saw notifications all the time. I was always invited to things, but I kind of just deleted them and dismissed them and ignored them and thought to myself, girl, I'm not doing that with you. But then a year later, I jumped in and I signed up and I took off, and I love this business. It was my perfect timing. So don't ever discount somebody's no as, meaning you're never going to talk to them. No means not right now, unless somebody specifically says, I will never ever join one of your challenges. Don't ever ask me to join one again. If somebody says that, cross them off. Leave them alone. But, just always be inviting people to join you on your journey, and don't just post something on Facebook and consider that an invite and expect that people are going to come to you. You have to be doing the stuff that is behind the scenes. You have to be doing the behind the scenes work and going for those no's and really just reaching out to new people every day and inviting them to join you. So the last 2 things are checking in with your current challengers. Make sure that you don't just start a group and then get people to sign up. You really want to follow up with them and check in on them. If you haven't heard from a challenger in a while, email them, message them, see how they're doing, make sure that they're staying on track. So again, that goes back to your tracking. Make sure you have a list of everybody that's joined your challenge that month. Check in with them. And then that way you can go back. You can check in with January challengers and February challengers and so on. Just always be going back, and you can even do it where specific days you have set aside to spend 20 minutes just shooting out emails to past challengers or even the challengers that are in your group, just to personally check on them and see how they're doing. Give them a little love and attention, and make them feel good. Let them know that you care and that you're wanting them to get the best results possible and that you're there to help them in any way that you can. The last is connecting with your team. You really need to make sure that you are staying in touch with your team. You don't have to do this every single day, but you do need to make it a part of your team, your power hour at least once a week, where if you have coaches, you need to be messaging them. You need to be staying in touch with them. I personally am in contact with at least 1 or 2 of my coaches every single day, and I make sure that I'm in my team page every single day and I'm posting something to the team that's helpful or inspirational or motivational or going to give them some new knowledge or insight. But I also make sure that I'm always reaching out to coaches that I haven't heard from, including my discount coaches. Discount coaches may someday turn into really great coaches. So I make sure that once a month I go through and I shoot my discount coaches a little message that just says something like, hey girl, I just wanted to see how you were doing. Wanted to see, make sure you're still drinking your shakes. How are your workouts going? Is there anything I can do for you? I'd love to see some progress or results. Hear how things are going. Just let me know. That's it. But you're checking in on them and you're showing that you care. They are a coach. They're just not a productive coach when it comes to selling, and that's okay, but they still deserve your attention just as if they were a challenger or, an active Star Diamond coach. You want to give them attention. So just make sure that you're reaching out to your team and you're helping them in whatever way that you can and being involved in their lives and active. So we have some great lists for you guys in our Google Drive and located in our files section. You can find different business activity trackers, power hours, to-do lists, all of those things. You can pick one that works for you and your business and, do what works for you, but just make sure that you're getting these activities done. I know it's great to have a focused hour. A lot of times, if you're working a full-time job or, if you're like me and you have really busy little ones around, it's hard to get it all done in 1 hour and it's really hard to get it all focused. There is a way that you can break it up. As an elite Star Diamond and above coach, my power hour is really not 1 hour anymore. It's a lot more than that because I have more that I have to do for the business side of things too. So I break it up. You can do some things in the morning. So my workouts and my personal development and all of that stuff is done first thing in the morning. And then midday is when I really buckle down and I do all of the activities that we talked about today. And then after that, I will make sure that I'm checking into my challenge groups and having all of that stuff done. And then late at night, right before I go to bed, I'll make sure that's when I'm doing my scrolling and my, mindless connecting with new people that way. I'm doing it more for pleasure and building relationships more for pleasure. It's not necessarily as focused, but I'm still building those relationships. And it's just a really great way to do it. So you can break it up. You can, if you're trying to do 10 people, you can do 5 in the morning and 5 in the evening, because I find a lot more people are online early in the mornings between like 7 and 9 a.m. And then later I think I said that right, sorry, later in the evenings between 7 and 9 p.m. So 7 and 9 in the morning, 7 and 9 at night are really the times where I'm kind of, scrolling through Instagram or Facebook and doing a lot more of my building relationships and connecting, so that way when I'm doing my focused hour in the afternoon is really when I'm doing my inviting and my more purposeful messaging and things like that. So that just gives you guys some ideas, and hopefully this will really help you guys knock out your power hour and have a better idea of exactly what it is that you need to be doing for it. And if you have any questions, then please feel free to post them in the Team Fit Force page or message your upline directly. That's it. Have a great day, guys. Bye.